Hello, good evening and welcome, ladies and generators. Tonight we have got an absolutely glorious Epiphone electro-acoustic DR500. And so, as per, I'll have a bit of a play. This thing has got two pickups. In fact, it's got one at the neck end and one under saddle, which is fairly normal for the electroacoustics. So what we'll do is we'll have a listen to each pickup plugged in, and then we'll have a little listen to it just acoustically, and then I will tell you what I possibly can about it. And make no mistake, these are brilliant, and I pretty much think that that's legend there on the Bell truss rod cover, master built, sort of explains it all already, but I'll give you as much information as possible. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so starting with the, well, I suppose I can really only say the bridge pickup, or as it's called, the Nano Flex. Okay. We will now move on to the Nano Mag, or if you prefer, the neck pickup. And now let's go to the blend of in right in between the two. Oh, let's have you down here a little bit, and then you can see the guitar better. That's it, okay? And now, acoustically. So it's a guitar that stands up absolutely in every single way, either whether that's plugged in or just using it naturally, I suppose. So let's talk a little bit about them. This is the Epiphone DR500 Masterbuilt, and it is made absolutely from the finest quality materials and bits. So, very briefly, what we have is we've got a spruce Sitka top, we have mahogany sides, we have mahogany back and a mahogany back. And we also have, oh come here, let's get into the light zone, and we will, let's have a little additional illumination. So, what we've got here is open gear tuning machines by Grover. I think they're 18 to 1, and they're called something like stay in tune tuners or something like that. We have got some absolutely beautiful pearloid inlays here, the asymmetrical headstock shape, which is very cool, very groovy. On the fretboard for the markers, we've got split diamond inlays, and the back here, there are no less than 2 1/4-inch output jacks. One is the split ring type, that's this one, which takes a stereo jack, and this one takes a regular mono jack. So you can have both plugged in at the same time to give you a wider and deeper sound, or you can just, which is probably what I do, and what I did do, was I just bunged in the regular mono output, which of course is through the same lump of hardware that one's strap attaches to. And so that's, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. But here we've got this absolutely very, very, very clever bit of kit, and I've not seen this before, where what you've got is the traditional under saddle type transducer, but it's special in some way. And we've also got this one. Can you see it here at the bottom of the neck? And this is a magnetic, I think it's an Alnico type pickup as well. So you really do have a broad range of tones that are very, very, very controllable. You can switch from, on this slider here, you can switch from either one side to the other, or of course blend the two together. If you blend the two together, that gives you the most power. So if you can perhaps guess which my favourite position is. Also, we've got a built-in tuner, which works an absolute treat. And for a battery, you slide off this little thing here, and inside here, this pulls out, or at least should do. No, this pulls out and reveals two little, well, I need an extra hand as it goes, but anyway, trust me, it's in there and it does pull out very easily. Two little, I think they're CR 2025s, but actually tells you on there. You can probably see that. So there we go. So you've got two little, two of those little round cell type batteries, and when not required at this time. Fabulous binding. I love the binding, and we've got that right the way around the neck, and you've got the dovetailed heel joint here that is obviously slots in and it's glued into place. And you've got what is that? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? It's got 5. I think that's 5-ply binding around the edge of the body at the front there. And these beautiful inlays at the back. This is a glorious piece of wood, or collection of pieces of wood. Now this is actually the last one of my buddy John's, and he did take it to, and there is something that I want to mention here, and he did take it to a local shop to get it fixed up, and they, I have to say, they made a pretty good job of it. They put, the strings they put on were those copper wound ones. I've never had much success with those in terms of either sound or tone, really. So I just put a regular set of Ernie Ball 10s on it, and what they've done to lower his action, and it's not where I would have started, to be honest. What they've done was that, and the reason I know this, they had shaved his nut. And the reason I know this is because when I removed the strings, the nut fell off. And so I did take a little bit off the bridge saddle there, just to, you know, even things out a little bit. And this is what I want to tell you. Now, there are many nut replacement movies where they use Franklin Tight Bond or some similar PVA type glue, which is fine, and that will hold your nut in place for as long, for eternity and slightly longer. The problem with it is that if that tight bond, that very strong PVA glue, hits any bare wood underneath your nut, it will, if you have to replace the nut or remove the nut at some other time in the future, it'll take the wood with it. So what I use is just the tiniest drop, because your nut only needs to be held in place just by the merest of means, because the string tension holds it down. What I use to keep it in place, just on one side, is I'll use just the tiniest dot of CA glue, just a little pinprick or thereabouts, and that'll hold it in place. It's only there so that when you change the strings, it don't fall out. And I think that's it. Oh, right, okay. There is one more thing. You may or may not have noticed when I showed you the rear elevation of the headstock that, yes, it was made in China. And I'm going to say it to you again, you know, I mean, if that sticker was not on there, you would have thought that this had been made either in America or on Jupiter, because the fit and finish and build quality is just absolutely as good as anything I've seen anywhere. I cannot find a single flaw with this guitar. It is perfect. And these retail, the cheapest one I can find is Anderton's, and they will run you 549 quid. And I can't think, I really honestly cannot think of any better value. Quality, quality, quality from stem to from the top of its head to the tip of its toe. This thing oozes quality, and it is an absolute delight to play now that it's been, you know, set up by somebody who knows what they're doing. So that's it. If you want a great, probably, I think you'd call it mid-priced, wouldn't you? Electro acoustic. The electrics are fabulous, and I know that the camera will not do it justice, or the microphone in the camera won't do it justice, but trust me, on these sound absolutely brilliant factor. So, quality, quality, quality. Sounds beautiful, plays amazingly once set up correctly. So that's it from me and the Epiphone DR500. Thank you all ever so much for watching. As usual, it's adios amigos. Ta-ra.